Score the special there, maximum bet of $50. Get involved in that. About to be called in here. Young Stranger, of course, in wonderful nick at the moment. Winner 3 starts back at Methven. He bolted in there after sitting parked, and of course he was second here last week behind the Earth Moved. Did gallop. That was from behind the mobile gate, about 30 metres off the post, and held that placing as he didn't go against the rule, the breaking horse rule there, where you're not allowed to gallop for further than 50 metres inside the last 200, and he's in the right sort of form again. Of course, he only has eyesight in one eye, and that's a challenge for him, but Trevor Grant has got him flying at the moment. Greg and Nina Hope with Unyielding Spirit as well. She was a handy sort of fourth here in that same race last week. Not too far away from being called forward. Nothing through from the bookmakers for race number 2 as we're about to get underway in the quaddie. Good luck if you've had a play there. Up to you, Mark Mack, your description of race number 2. This one with Cavill Leach, and of course is the first of our Alabar Super Series finals.
Which usually means the speed will be on, Greg, and I don't think we'll see anyone getting a John Hay 63.5, half that Charlie Chuckles got in the first race. He really binged that, did JC Hay. Don't think that'll be happening here because the good money's on offer. There's usually moves galore. It's a big field of trotters. Alabar and Cavill Leach combining to get behind this one. Alabar, massive supporters of the Super Series. Wonderfully received and brings together talented fields as it has done tonight for this trot. Pyramid Monarch, one of 2 Pyramids in the race, one of 2 Williamsons in the race. Moment of Love has a rear. Brad has the blue cap on Pyramid Monarch, Matt the gold cap on Pyramid Magic. 2,600. Ready. Away they go. A rocket galloped away. KD Muscles left roughly also. Straight to the lead is Pyramid Monarch from out wide. Will get over in front of Moment of Love, and Tui Nova getting handy too. Now going for a gallop, Pyramid Magic down on the inside twos in a bad break, and after settling outside the speed, Tui Nova's gone up in the air. Into third goes Monkey Luck from Galleons Royale through to fourth around Gin Rummy. Then Young Stranger trailed through by Queen Kenny, and Paris Princess is the widest horse on the track. Next is the Earth Move from Clean Break and Unyielding Spirit. 10 lengths to Tui Nova back into a trot. Behind it, Pyramid Magic. And long gaps off to both Rocket and KD Muscles. Turning to the back. And the leader is Pyramid Monarch. The lead margin's out about 3 lengths. Second, Moment of Love, and a further 3 lengths away. Third, Monkey Luck. 2 lengths to Galleons Royale. Now, Young Stranger made a break at the 2100. Racing fifth at the moment is Gin Rummy in front of the Southerner Queen Kenny. 2 lengths to the Earth Moved on her back. Next is Paris Princess. Clean Break's got itself into a full-on gallop on the inside. 3 lengths to Unyielding Spirit. 4 lengths to Young Stranger. Big gaps off to Tui Nova. Also Pyramid Magic. And also Rocket and KD Muscles. So a well-strung-out bunch of trotters. 16.50 to go. And it's Pyramid Monarch and Brad Williamson by a length and a half. Here's Queen Kenny buzzing forward to go and have a look for the lead. Moment of Love trails third, and Monkey Luck 3 back the inside fourth. Next is the Earth Move from Galleons Royale, now buried racing. About to be 5 trotters back on the inside as Queen Kenny will assume control shortly. Paris Princess around Galleons Royale. Then Gin Rummy, Unyielding Spirit went to the markers. 3 lengths to Young Stranger. That's the race. Tailed right off. A Tui Nova, Pyramid Magic, Clean Break. Also Rocket and KD Muscles. 1:19.6 the lead time. And Queen Kenny with Dexter Dunn trots the first quarter in 31.6. Pyramid Monarch trails second. 3 back the inside. Moment of Love and parked up fourth as the Earth Moved. Next to the inside, Monkey Luck from Paris Princess. The pegs 5 back as Galleons Royale. Gin Rummy's half a length away. On the pegs is Unyielding Spirit from Young Stranger, and the rest are miles away. Tui Nova, Pyramid Magic, Clean Break, Rocket and KD Muscles. 800 metres to go. Cavill Leach and Alabar Super Series for the trotters. And Queen Kenny carts them down the back unchallenged in the lead. A length and a half on the Earth Moved, and Pyramid Monarch third. Paris Princess is fourth. 3 back the inside. Moment of Love from Gin Rummy. Next is Monkey Luck, followed wide on the track then, improving by Young Stranger. Well back in the race, Galleons Royale, but she's cleared traffic and was able to get onto the back of Young Stranger, and a length and a half to Unyielding Spirit. 32.3 the second quarter, 63.9 for the half, and the Earth Move darted to the lead, put a length and a half on Paris Princess. Queen Kenny dropped off. and then came Pyramid Monarch, who had to work through between horses. Next, Young Stranger from Galleons Royale, third quarter in 30.1, and the leader is the Earth Moved. Margins 2 lengths on Paris Princess, then Pyramid Monarch. Galleons Royale's gone to a clear fourth, making some late ground. 100 to go. The Earth Moved leads. Paris Princess is coming again. The Earth Moved half a length. Now a neck. Paris Princess drives. Shade to the first, and she got him. Paris Princess on the line, knocked off the Earth Moved. Pyramid Monarch ran third. Galleons Royale fourth. Then came Young Stranger. Next in Moment of Love, Gin Rummy, Unyielding Spirit, Monkey Luck and Queen Kenny, Pyramid Magic. Further back is Clean Break, Tui Nova, Rocket and KD Muscles has been retired in the last lap. 12, 15 and 5. Last quarter's 29.9. Last mile 2.3.9. And 12 Paris Princess at 14.90 and 4.70 has beaten the Earth Move to looked home. The 15 at 1.20, and Pyramid Monarch, the 5 at $2.70. Big start to Sammy Smo's training career. Only picked up his first winner a few months ago. And now he's got himself a Super Series Final 2 with this mare Paris Princess. A Deirdre Don Paris Bell 6-year-old makes it 3 from 10. Faultless manners off the stand start tonight. And gee, she knuckled down. Really determined last 50 metres. Has seen her overhaul and inform the Earth Moved. And Gavin Smith and Sam Smolinski continuing a pretty good partnership to add a Super Series in a gritty performance to get home.
Yeah, good run from her. Terrific run from the Earth Moved as well, coming off the 20 metres. So she had that advantage, did Paris Princess. A dozen winning drives already this season for Gavin Smith. And, of course, he drove 4 on Sunday. So it's been a terrific last half a dozen days for him. Paris Princess, the mare by Deirdre Don out of Paris Bell, raced by Faye Fletcher, now makes it 3 from 10. And Sam Smolinski, first season training in his own right, and he's won 4 races from just a dozen runners. She just gets up to down the favourite, so that's 2 races in a row that has happened on this premiere night. Here's the judges' call.
12, Paris Princess. Second, 15, The Earth Moved. And third, 5, Pyramid Monarch. Fourth has gone to 8, Galleons Royale. From 9, Young Stranger. And 1, Moment of Love. 12, 15, 5, 8, 9, 1. The margin's half ahead, 2 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 4 1/2 lengths. Winner's time was 3:22.6, a mile rate of 2:05.4. The last 859.6, last 429.7.
And dividends through on the second, 12 Paris Princess, 14.90 and 4.70. The Earth Moved, the 15 at $1.20, and Pyramid Monarch, the 5, 2.70, holding on for third ahead of Galleons Royale. Quinella paid $30.40, 548.10 your trifecta. The 12, 15, 5, 8 first four, $2,430.90. 322.6 completed the double, and the numbers you needed, 4 and 12. $153.10. Easy rider in the first leg. 4.15 concessions paid $15.60. 2 down, race number 3 here, Mark Cookson, NRM Sire Stakes Series. Heat number 3 over the 1950, dominated by the All-Stars team, who have 4 of the 6 runners, and it will be underway with us at 6:36.
You certainly know the Purdon Rasmussen team is back in action full steam with their young guns again coming through. Looking forward to that, and Michael Guerin will be in the chair here by that time too to provide his comment throughout the night. So we're 90 seconds away from the 6th here at Hattrick, $15,000 triple trio about to go. Favourite here, Mark Rosanowski, with bookmakers anyways, another habit, Opawa Sam on the tote. Now, how do you see it?
Mark, look, it's a tough go for a first leg of a triple trio, but with that 15,000 guaranteed tonight, it's worth having a crack over the next 3 races. Went 4, 6, 3 and 2 and left out Opawa Sam. I mean, he's clearly a chance. There's a few that are. The 4-dog, Another Habit, was a winner of a heat of the Racing Series 2 back from box 4. Ran a good time too, 30.34 on the lure all the way. Has been a shortener with the book from the Ahern camp. Now, he never really got into the final at all from box number 7. Slow, forced wide at the first bend, and once he was back in that sort of field, he was no chance. But A chance for him to land on the pace tonight, and Punch on Jamie can show some pace off the 3 as well. 6 dog Power Tom, believe it or not, it's only had 2 runs here, which is surprising. He ran 7th in a heat of the Group 1 Futurity back in 2014. And then he had a run here not so long ago. It was 6 starts back, and he just got spooked, really, which he can. And he sort of got scared out of things at the first bend. Look, he has found some form at Manawa too. He chased Arctic Action in a very fast time on Monday, and prior to that he'd beaten a nice dog in Ralfonso, so he could transfer some of that form over here for Marcy Flip, who's had a win tonight. 3 dog Punch on Jamie comes out of a very rough race last week where she recovered from a bad first bend check to run 3rd. There were only 2 dogs in that race that didn't get checked. The winner, Thou Romeo, and the 2nd dog, Botany Liz, and the rest got into a real scramble at the first bend. Punch on Jamie recovered the best of them, and she can get out and onto the lure here. The dog who was worst affected in that race was To the Bank, and he was about to get into a very nice spot when he got badly checked. And prior to that, 3rd to Another Habit. Yes, beaten a margin, but it was quite a tidy performance in a heat of the racing series. A Power Sam, who's a brother to a Power Tom, is nicely drawn the inside for his first look at this track. Kerry Lane, the outside too. Now she's got some ability, but box 8, she's an out-and-out railer here, and she had 8 in that final last week, which was no good to her. And she gets it again, just to try and pick her way across. To the boxes, Keenan Concrete, a Power Sam, Punch on Jamie, a Power Jackie, Botany Liz. Second line is To the Bank, Another Habit, a Power Tom, and Kerry Lane. Another Habit favourite at $4 off the 4 set. And racing Another Habit, a fair break there along with Punch on Jamie. A Power Jackie there early too with a Power Sam. The inside going forward was Botany Liz around the outside to get nice and handy. Back in the pack here we've got To the Bank. Just getting past that was Power Tom, and Kerry Lane's back last. Into the back goes Punch on Jamie by a couple from Another Habit. Then we've got through on the inside a Power Tom, a Power Jackie beside that. Right around the outside a Power Sam's making up some ground. A little bit closer and then to Botany Liz. To the Bank a good way from them. Round the corner with Kerry Lane. It's still Punch on Jamie in front of that. Another Habit trying hard with a Power Tom. Punch on Jamie from Another Habit into Power Tom. Next to go by was Botany Liz, a Power Sam, followed back then by To the Bank, a Power Jackie, Kerry Lane. Punch on Jamie slid throughout here. Track is definitely running a touch slow at a 30 and 71. 3, 4, 6 and 1. 11.78 the run home. She found the lead, and although Another Habit was getting close, never really close enough. From the hop, nicely out. Meanwhile, Another Habit just had a wee bit of work to do with a Power Jackie. On the outside, just squeezing it out of a run around that first bend, Another Habit. But from there, he had his chance. And a Power Tom got back on the inside, but he managed to find his way into the clear. So 3, 4, 6 and 7. Did I say 7? 3, 4, 6 and 7 anyways on the board. 30.71, 11.78 that run home, and the sectionals and margins should come up in a moment. Half a length was the winning margin, 1 length to 3rd and 2 1/4 lengths back to 4th. 5.12 lead up, 5.12 and 18.93 to that second mark. Punch on Jamie by Valacet out of Kerry Colleen, Mark Ballones, John McInerney trains, second win from the Palmerston North Kennel of John McInerney tonight, and it's win 13 at start 94 for Punch on Jamie. 3, 4, 6 and 7 in race number 6, halfway through the card. Looking forward to the 7th, the first leg of place 6, also a double and treble starting. 6:46 is the start time. It's a class 2 sprint with numbers 9 and 10 out. 7 minutes out from the first at Alexandra Park tonight on meeting code 5. Seems like as good a time as any to welcome in Michael Guerin to the chair. Michael, good evening.
Hi Rosso, nice to be joining you and Greg and Craig, of course, for the remainder of Trackside 1 for the evening. Hi to everybody around the country. Hope your week's been good. We have an awesome night of Friday night racing action ahead. The favourite for the New Zealand Cup, and now, with the scratching of bow tied, the Inter-Dominion Chris and Me is on track. Race 7 at Addington tonight, the Canterbury Classic. He wins tonight, he shortens in the markets for the 2 biggest races for the remainder of the year. He gets beaten tonight, and the harness racing markets change for some of the huge races. That's all ahead here. Pick sixes. Feature racing coming out of Addington. Alexandra Park is the support card there. Let's get the weather, track and scratchings for Alexandra Park out of the way before we join Craig Thompson. Beautiful day in Auckland, so it should be perfect for racing there tonight. Only the 8 races, so a slightly shortened program compared with Addington. But of course, Addington's the big dog tonight. Meeting code 5, as is always the case at Alexandra Park. As I said, weather awesome. Got up to 22 degrees in Auckland today. Track in perfect nick. Race 1, number 5, Art of Gold, is the only scratching. They all start in races 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's most of the way through the card. The penultimate, we lose 2 and 6, but it's a cracking little field. It's a beauty. And the last on the card, once again, they all start. Great to have Craig Thompson on track, of course, and big fella as we get down to Alexandra Park tonight. So far we're seeing this season well the Sires Stakes form and those 3-year-olds really holds up. A couple of those tonight too, Walkinshaw, and in the first on the card, Zach Maguire. Are we expecting both of those to win?
I think so, Michael. Zach Maguire drops back into a predominant maiden field after chasing home Kamani and, of course, Art Form in a 153 miles. So you would expect him to win. $1.35 short enough. There are a couple of progressive maidens in that, Michael, and I'll touch on them very shortly. But with Walkinshaw, he's drawn out a bit and he's got 4 butchers drawn inside him. So, yeah, I think Tony Hurley will have to be at his very best because that is a very strong field. Bodine Beaufighter, 1 from 1. Lincoln's Keepsake unbeaten to date. And the Faithful's quite a handy horse. But, yeah, I think Walkinshaw should get the job done with the right sort of run later on in the program. Race number 1, he's out to $1.45 from $1.35, Zach Maguire. David Butcher takes the drive. Just on the driver's challenge, Tony Hurley is the favourite, $1.75. But like last night, I give David Butcher a good chance of going back-to-back. His drives tonight, very solid. The likes of Besotted, Zach Maguire. He's got a good book, Tony, in saying that. Equally good book. And I think David, with things going his way, at the $3.20 that he's at, is a chance of winning the Stonewall Stud Drivers Challenge tonight. So if you want to back something outside the favourite, he wouldn't be the worst in that Drivers Challenge. Zach Maguire, 145, 160 the tote. The two that I do like, if they were to upset him, both of them been working nicely. Mr. Euroman was second at the trials last Saturday, and Urban Tiger, a horse that's been working very nicely in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Its debut run, you could put a line through it. Had a gallop in that race that Bodine Beaufighter won at Auckland last Thursday night. Was travelling okay. Brett Mangos takes the drive, and it's at a quote of around about $8.50. So they would be my top 3. 8 to beat 2 and 3. Best of the rest, 7 Van Mara. This one trained by Rob Lawson. Simon takes the drive tonight. Barrier 6 probably will go back from the draw, but was good in that race at Art Form 1 on debut at Alexandra Park when running third. So for me, 8 to beat 3, 2 and 7. 8 to beat 3, 2 and 7. Going to catch up with a few trainers and drivers tonight. We'll catch up with Jack McKinnon prior to race number 2 tonight. Talk about Whitney that he drives, Brookside Colt in race number 2. Get Logan Hollis before the 3rd tonight to talk about his 2 stable runners, Vinland and Appassionato. Both good chances. What is a very good field race 3 tonight. It's a $12,000 maiden race. The likes of Millview Sienna, which we highlighted last night. Platinum Bell, the beautifully bred Platinum Bell from the Barry Purdon barn. It's in that event as well. And be a very strong form race, race number 3 tonight. Obviously, our feature race tonight is race number 7, the New Zealand Biosecurity Handicap Pace. Of course, that features the likes of Walkinshaw, Bodine Beaufighter, the Faithful, Lincoln's Keepsake. Ray Green's got a very strong hand. 3 of the 5 in that race. Race number 7 tonight, and good to have Besotted back on track. And here's my best bet of the night tonight. You can get $3 about a horse good enough to chase home a Hoka punter in the last 2 weeks. Never easy off 40 metres, but in saying that, he's running the times to win race number 5 tonight. Besotted, my best bet of the night, goes round in race number 5, horse number 10, David Butcher for Ray Green. $3 his price if you want to get involved now. I'll head upstairs and catch up with Aaron White, fresh off Cambridge last night. He's back to Alexandra Park tonight. It's a beautiful night at the park tonight. Aaron, not a breath of wind, track playing in beautiful water, and a good field to start the night.
It certainly is, Craig. We look forward to the night, and especially here with Zach Maguire in the first. Walkinshaw comes up later in the night. Of course, a couple of key runners when it comes to that heat of the Sires Stakes here next Friday night at Alexandra Park. So there's going to be some good contest to take us through the night. Good to see Beyond the Silence back. Of course, Beyond the Silence took, the Spring Cup, the Holmes DG last year. Raced really well this time last year. He's in the feature pace here tonight as well. In the first, 8, 7, 2 and 3, the 8 Zach Maguire for me on the back of that placing in that 153 heat of the Sire Stakes at Cambridge. He's on top. 7 Van Mara has been racing well, comes out of the Art Form race of the 3rd of September. That was the night that Art Form resumed here. The 2 Mr. Euroman, the workout form's been good around the Art Major gelding, and 3 Urban Tiger. We'll put him in his trial form prior to his debut was strong. He did gallop there late in the piece, Brent Mangos in his debut appearance back last week. 8, 7, 2 and 3 for me, Craig, to open the 8 races tonight, but some really good solid betting fields for us to look forward to through the evening.
Absolutely not big in numbers, but there are a little bit of quality about them, Aaron, and be very interesting to see if a horse like Beside It can give Charleston Bell 40 metres, and the likes of, as you mentioned, Beyond the Silence, and it's stablemate Delight Brigade, who I do give an each-way chance to, downgraded last start after racing in the Spring Cup, and Peter Ferguson picks up the drive tonight. I thought it's one that you may want to include in your multiples, but there are...
For Tropical Nights, Zach Maguire, the favourite, in the yellow cap of David Butcher. And the runners in behind the yellow bar arm for the first of 8 tonight for the Auckland Trotting Club. And it is Tropical Nights at the races. Big crowd in attendance here too, taking in Tropical Nights. Zach Maguire, the favourites, drawn up on the outside of the 7-horse field. Into the lane they come. 2,200 metres. Coca-Cola, mobile pace, and the green light is up. And away they go. Mr. Euroman's out strongly with Eyebrow, and between those Urban Tiger. Urban Tiger hustled up to try and get after Mr. Euroman in the early stages as they work on to the stables corner. Cheers Stride will settle down in 4th, and they're followed by Stunning Shadow Van Mara. Zach Maguire to be the last, as Urban Tiger, the son of Better's Delight, does take over, heading out to the 1,800 metres, leading a length and a half. Mr. Euroman will ease and take the nice trail behind the 3rd favourite. Then came Eyebrow. Then Cheers Stride just getting up on the nickel in 4th. A couple off that, then to Stunning Shadow as they run an Indian File in the opener. Van Mara second last, and DJB patiently handling the $1.40 favourite. Zach Maguire 43 and 6 was a lead time. Urban Tiger to the end of the back straight. Brent Mangos a length and a half. Mr. Euroman's got its back, and then Eyebrow. Cheers Stride in 4th as they continue to pace an Indian File. Then Stunning Shadow. He's back 3rd last with Van Mara on his back, and back last is Zach Maguire. But he's looking to move now for DJB, trying to flush other horses out in front, and Stunning Shadow and Van Mara both work away from the markers as they work off the showgrounds turn and into the lane. Mr. Euro, the leader is Urban Tiger over Mr. Euroman. Also now Eyebrow away from the marker line for the Magic Man Morris McKendry. 33 and 4 was the opening quarter. Cheers Stride the inside, then Stunning Shadow 1-1. Tracked through by Van Mara, and Zach Maguire will need to get around all runners to be the winner of the first as they pace into their final circuit. 900 to go. Urban Tiger leads only by 3/4. Eyebrow the outside of Mr. Euroman. Stunning Shadow 1-1 around Cheers Stride. Van Mara still been patiently handled too by Simon Lawson, and Zach Maguire last 2nd quarter in 31.6. Through the back goes Urban Tiger, a half a length over Eyebrow. Mr. Euroman, he's travelling on a sweet rain for the Iceman. Tony Hurley in the trail. Then Stunning Shadow 1-1 as Zach Maguire starts his claim out 3 wide. He's working into the race quite strongly too. David Butcher hasn't really let him go. Cheers Stride. Van Mara gets on the back of the favourite. Off the back they come. Urban Tiger, Eyebrow, back straight quarter, 29.2. Zach Maguire right there. Mr. Euroman waiting the passing lane, then Van Mara. Urban Tiger to swing first. Eyebrow right there. Mr. Euro Euroman will take the passing lane. Zach Maguire, Van Mara, homeward bound Urban Tiger, Mr. Euroman, Zach Maguire. Eyebrow is still there. A good four-way go in the first. Zach Maguire out wide with Eyebrow. Zach Maguire, he will be driven to the line by DJB to get the win. Second, Urban Tiger will just get that. I say Eyebrow just third in front of maybe Van Mara in a photo with Mr. Euroman. Busy finish in the first, then Cheers Stride and a stunning Shadow to be the last. 245.6, 27.6 and 56.9 the half. Coca-Cola Mobile Pace and the $1.40, $1.20 favourite, Zach Maguire. Son of Better's Delight. Sir David Butcher picked up a couple last night at Cambridge. Gets the first tonight. Will beat out Urban Tiger second. I say Eyebrow just third, and a very tight photo fourth there between Van Mara and Mr. Euroman. Good competitive finish to the first of our 8-race program tonight.
Official placings race 1, the Coca-Cola Mobile Pace. 836-724. 836-724. Horse 8, Zach Maguire, paced the 2200 metres in 245.7, a mile rate of 21.2. Last 856.9, the 427.6. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, a half head, a nose. 836-724, race 1, Coca-Cola Mobile Pace.
Judge Graham McLennan with his opening call of the program, and it goes the way of Zach Maguire. Win 2 at start 9. Lincoln Farms Limited, IA Middleton, the Beulah Bells Syndicate, M. Latin, Mrs. M.K. Rabbit, D. James, M.J. Brereton, and Brian Rabbit, the owners here of the Better's Delight Black 3-year-old colt out of Zanola Starbuck, bred by Ray and Diana Kennedy. Ray Green trained at Pukekohe, and DJB David Butcher back at the head of the field. Good patient drive on the favourite and gets him home too in a nice 56.9, closing 800 metres. Zach Maguire too strong in the Coca-Cola Mobile Pace. Murray Goldsworthy down there, part of the victory celebration, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club and also life member of the club. 3 Urban Tiger second, Better's Delight Bay 3-year-old colt out of Tiger Dion, raced by Mrs. P.L. Turner, L.A. Turner, K.R. Shadbolt and M.A. Hansen. Brent Mangos, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe, and a 6 Eyebrow for third. The Live or Die 5-year-old bay gelding out of Tack Filly, raced by W.A. and Mrs. P.S. Screen, G.B. and Mrs. L. Penfold, Mrs. G.B. Bassett along with Miss J. Delaney. Paulette Screen trained at Pukekohe, and Morris McKendry. 8 Zach Maguire in the first, $1.40 and $1.20, 140, 120. 3 Urban Tiger, $2.30, $2.30. No third for 6 Eyebrow. $4.20 was the Quinella, $4.20. The trifecta returns $25.90, $25.90. First 4, $71.10, $71.10.
here on Cup Day. $7 Cash and Flow and G.I. Joe and He Can Fly, both at $12. Mark McNamara, up to you. Your thoughts around this race number 3. We're seeing at the moment is a galaxy of stars.
We are indeed. It's Robert Dunn and also Grant Payne versus the World here. I'll just give you the cup colours, which is probably your best option if you've backed one of the Purden Rasmussen runners here. Mark has the blue and silver stripe cap on. There he is on screen on number 1 Cash and Flow. Natalie, who was just on the screen, has a green cap on. Tim Williams has just donned a pink cap on G.I. Joe. And Matt Anderson on the other one. Gee, they're good upstairs tonight. Rankin and Karina on cameras 1 and 2. I don't know who got those shots, but right on cue. White cap, Matt Anderson on the other one. He Can Fly. So that's the cap colours for the upcoming race, dominated by the silver grey stars on the blue jacket. And Matt's got the armbands on too, just for a little something extra. About to come up for the third race, NRM Sire Stakes Series, number 32, Heat 3. Race favourite is number 2, Chase the Dream, $1.50 into $1. 1 Cash and Flow, $3.50 and $1.40. Now, I'd imagine we're just going to, I know they're going to come forward. I think they're just going to hold up for 10 or 15 seconds while they lowered the flags. With daylight savings now in force, there's a little bit of a shadow being cast, maybe 30 or 40 metres past the winning post, but John Denton and Graham Bentonga out there to get those flags down, and those shadows of the flag waving will have disappeared well before the runners probably even got to the start point. R&P Homes Mobile is making its way up the side. We're just over 200 metres of start for this one. 160, number 2, Chase the Dream. 310, number 1, Cash and Flow. He Can Fly, ready. Pink cap, not really something you think of when you think of G.I. Joe, but Tim Williams has donned the pink cap tonight on G.I. Joe. Camouflage would have been a better go. Haven't seen one go around yet. Now He Can Fly, just drifting out of position a bit. Ready. Racing. Cash and Flow off the inside with Highgate. Speed is going to lead on its ear. Chase the Dream will duck into race second. He Can Fly third. G.I. Joe's 3 wide with Bite the Bullet between horses, and Celestial Arden finding the pegs inside of that pair of runners. Cash and Flow and Mark Purden, a length and a half. Chase the Dream for Natalie Rasmussen. He Can Fly for Matt Anderson, stays away from the inside, and G.I. Joe and Tim Williams 3 wide pressing forward. 3 back the inside is Celestial Arden for Colin De Philippi, and Bite the Bullet and John Dunn's a length and a half away last. 24.4 for the lead time, and it's the fresh up Cash and Flow by a length and a half. Chase the Dream, race favourite, trails, and G.I. Joe works up to park third. 3 back along the inside, Celestial Arden. Around that pacer, He Can Fly, and 2 lengths away last is Bite the Bullet. Heat number 3 of the NRM Sire Stakes Series for the 3-year-old colts and geldings. And the speed slows right down. Cash and Flow wanders out of the straight. The opening quarter 31 and leads by a head G.I. Joe. Chase the Dream running third. He Can Fly fourth. Celestial Arden fifth on the inside. And the length away last of the 6s Bite the Bullet. Out to the 1,000 metre mark. Cash and Flow is going to steal a second quarter here. The first was good. The second's going to be even slower than the first, and he leads a length. Second G.I. Joe and third Chase the Dream. Fourth 1-1 is He Can Fly, and 3 back the inside Celestial Arden. Bite the Bullet's a length and a half away last. 700 to go, and Cash and Flow continues to do it well. G.I. Joe Park second, Chase the Dream third, He Can Fly fourth. Celestial Arden 3 back the inside, and Bite the Bullet spots them all. 32 the second quarter, 63 for the half, and they have 500 metres to go, where Cash and Flow's had the perfect racetrack return as far as front running performances go. He leads by a neck, G.I. Joe. Out 3 wide, Bite the Bullet's going up around G.I. Joe. And the leader's back, Chase the Dream, waits for the terror to love at Pineley Farm passing lane from He Can Fly, and 3 lengths to Celestial Arden. Third quarter, 29.4. Cash and Flow turns in. G.I. Joe's under some pressure. Chase the Dream, an inside run from Bite the Bullet. Leader still Cash and Flow. Chase the Dream's ahead to the inside, coming through strongly. Chase the Dream went to the top from Cash and Flow, and then Bite the Bullet or G.I. Joe for the third. But Chase the Dream wins it, has beaten Cash and Flow. It's only a half ahead. Another close finish, but Chase the Dream's done it well. Bite the Bullet will run third from G.I. Joe, and then came He Can Fly, and last in is Celestial Arden. 2 beat 1. And 4 runs third. Number 2, Chase the Dream, Natalie Rasmussen, 140 into $1. 1 Cash and Flow, 140, and 4 Bite the Bullet, no third. 2, 1 and 4. I've had a nose, a half ahead. Last quarter's 27.1, last mile 159.5. They only dashed from the quarter. Chase the Dream able to get up inside of Cash and Flow. Like the Bullet hasn't got a bad race after having to nip around them 3 wide on the back of a Hot Speed, and Cash and Flow comes back at the line. So it'll be a nose, a half head, maybe a long head as far as margin goes in the third, but Mark Gallagher's having a little bit of work cut out to sort these finishes out tonight, Gregory. Not that one was super close.
What we come to expect on a Premier night, though. First time Mark Purden's been beaten driving-wise this season, and Natalie Rasmussen gets win number 1 for season 2015-16. He's a quality horse, as we know. He's raced by Gene Fee, so colt by Better's Delight is Chase the Dream, and he makes it 7 from 10 now. Sat in the trail throughout. It's probably really not his go in life. He normally runs them into the deck, but trailing up on what was a pretty sedate speed and a predictable one given the 4 All-Stars runners in it. Bite the Bullet's gone a good race to get himself into third, and therefore play a part potentially in Cup Day's big final. But Chase the Dream will be there for sure, as will Cash and Flow. And once the barrier draws came out, the most logical Quinella of the night appeared imminent. Judges' call about to come through. G.I. Joe ahead of He Can Fly and Celestial Arden. Here's the judges' call to confirm the third.
Heat 3. The winner is 2, Chase the Dream. Second, 1, Cash and Flow. And third, 4, Bite the Bullet. Fourth has gone to 5, G.I. Joe. From 3, He Can Fly. And 6, Celestial Arden. 2, 1, 4, 5, 3, 6. The margin's a long head, 2.5 lengths, a head, a short neck. The winner's time was 2:23.9, a mile rate of 158.7. The last 856.1, last 426.9.
56.1 and 26.9, Michael Guerin. As I come back to you, nothing like Franco Cristiano's 155 or the 153 with Art Form, but that was pretty predictable given the way the barrier draws came out, and punters get it right with Chase the Dream as expected, taking out the third heat.
Yeah, and Greg, he's quite a thick type of a horse, so you would expect him to trim down quite a bit. Continues the nice returns to the races by our Horse of the Year winners last year. So far, Chris and Me, of course, he won his first start back for the season. Trotter of the Year, Stent, won his first start back last week. And this horse was Juvenile of the Year over Lazarus and Waikiki Beach. And he returns with the win at Addington tonight. So the big names returning in form at Addington so far this season. Chase the Dream now into the Sire Stakes final to take on the likes of Franco Cristiano and Art Form. Zach Maguire, who won the first on the card at Alexandra Park, also heading that way. That market to reopen shortly with the bookmakers. The Sire Stakes, of course, one of the Group 1s on Cup Day at Addington. Beating Code 8 Race 3. Number 2, Chase the Dream. $1.40 and $1. Beats stablemate Cash and Flow, also into the Sire Stakes final, $1.40, as in all likelihood will be number 4, Bite the Bullet, no third dividend. The All-Stars Quinellas paid $1.30, the trifecta, 2, 1, 4, $9.50, and the first 4, 2, 1, 4 and 5, $23.30. Treble, 4, 12 and 2, $314.40. Juicy, considering the last leg won by the $1.40 charts. Nice to be rejoining Rozzo for the second half of our Greyhound card coming in from Wanganui. And Rozzo, what do you like in the 7th on the card? Is it the super consistent Super Liner?
Yes, Michael, with Super Liner, he's not the complete package yet. He's a wee bit iffy off the boxes, but he has missed the start, not badly, but, just sort of out in midfield and having to bust his way through. He's done that here a couple of times. One was at non-tote level, and one here was the 30th of September in Class 1, and he ended up winning quite comfortably in a 17.79. On what he's done so far, you'd think he'd win this. He ran on Monday. He got beaten 6 lengths by a kennelmate Kaputski, but the winner ran faster than the Class 5s on the day. So it was a pretty fair effort from him, and he was comfortably second there at Manawa 2. So far he's had 3 runs here. 2 of them have been a non-tote, and he got beaten in the first one where he just got a wee bit awkward at the first bend. He's a dog who had to re-qualify when he came over here, and he re-qualified in fast time in behind Wild Effective, who won again tonight. And he was beaten a couple of lengths in a fast time here, Superliner. He hasn't quite run up to that on race day yet in a full field, so he can give the others a chance, but all things being equal, he should do the job here. Over the 3, Brilliant Ava, sister to an earlier winner, Brilliant Jailer, chased home MBD last week, Brilliant Ava. 5 dog, Fair Marina, missed the start badly last week. There's Brilliant Ava. The 5 dog in shot there, Fair Marina, won a Class 1 level, beat Funky Freddy, who's a short price favourite to win the last tonight, and a nice dog. And then he just completely blundered the start last week and came out 5 lengths last. Well, it's not typically him, so obviously he needs to begin better, but he's certainly up to this. Fair Marina, he's the winner of 8. And John McInerney's had 2 wins tonight. Homebush Dobby off the inside. He's not ideally drawn in there, but he did run 3rd here a fortnight ago behind MBD and Brilliant Ava. Similar sort of performance has him possibly running there or thereabouts again, 3rd or 4th. Death Star downgrades, and she has a chance of regathering some form here, but she's drawn a little wider than I would normally like her from. Had she was been closer in, I'd like her a bit. Another downgrade is the 7, Your Say, but he's just so badly out of form, and he's got 1 placing in 12 starts on this track. Matt Roberts has had a good night tonight, but Brilliant Ava does look the better of his 2 chances here, with Your Say being his other, and Blitzing Flyer the outside, Class 1 winner other side of the track recently, and that was in quite a slow time. To the boxes, race 7, double, treble, and place 6 underway here. Palo Mountains Nutrition Class 2. Homebush Dobby off the inside, Brilliant Ava in 3, Gold Road there for Fair Marina, and Your Say off box 7. Superliner, the favourite box 2, Hannibal Lecter resumes tonight, then Death Star and Blitzing Flyer. Set to jump race 7. Racing, Superliner, Fair Break, Homebush Dobby gets off quite nicely, pushing forward, Hannibal Lecter, Death Star, they're on the early party. Homebush Dobby is pushing right through on the inside, Fair Marina gets a run through, they'll be followed around there by Blitzing Flyer, starts to get into its work, they'll be followed then, Superliner's been shuffled well back in the race, well back too was Hannibal Lecter now, up they come, the inside Fair Marina, the outside Homebush Dobby, think Fair Marina from Homebush Dobby, Blitzing Flyer to 3rd, next to go by was Your Say, gap back to the others, they were headed in by Death Star, Brilliant Ava back with them, and in amongst the 2, Superliner, who found some trouble trying to recover, Hannibal Lecter the same. 5's got the call here, 5 over the 1, then the 8 and the 7 in an 18.05, and a pretty rough affair this. Fair Marina the inside, much better jump than last week. Homebush Dobby came at it, tried to have the last say, just failed. It was head up, head down, and actually they both got down at the line, but 5 over the 1. With Blitzing Flyer a clear 3rd from Your Say. Now what happens here? The 4, 3, 2, they're all over the top of each other there going into that first bend. The 1 was pushing out on the 6. Fair Marina somehow got a dream run through the inside. Superliner checked again going into the bend. Hannibal Lecter off a good beginning was squeezed back. Your Say somehow got right around all of that trouble. Fair Marina by Fair Zaphonic out of Miss Marina Lee. L.A. Aitchison, the owner, and John McInerney gets his 3rd of the night here. Now Michael and win 9, start 47 for Fair Marina in race 7. Race 8 tonight, Class 4s over 305 metres, 9 and 10 come out, underway 7:16.
Unusual one there, because the squeeze box dog, not affected by what was a bumping sort of race, and affected our favourite though, Superliner, but Fair Marina from box 5 missed all the trouble. Heading back to Craig Thompson for the 2nd on the card from Alexandra Park, and big fella, while I thought Brookside Colt and Rain de Gaton were the sort of class horses who might go a bit further than most of these, I didn't mind the 750 for La Maitre D, Craig. I thought Tony Herlihy, it's in a new stable now, probably not the worst, and her manners well suited to the 2200. So tipping it as it's just a little outside chance here on the 2nd on the card.
Yeah, she's 3rd favourite at $6 on the tote, Michael. She's a mare that's, as you said, short distance racing is her go. 2200 metres, that's where all her forms come from. Tony Hurley takes the drive. So, yeah, many positives about her. She doesn't tend to win many. Her strike rate's 1 from 33, but as you say, this is a significant drop back in class in what she's been racing. I'm very keen on that horse on screen, Michael. I watched her work on Saturday. Her work was outstanding. I think Ray Green can go back-to-back here. This one's driven by Zach Butcher tonight, owned by Lincoln Farms. But let's catch up to with a young driver that's making his way through the training ranks and doing a really good job with a small team. His name is Jack McKinnon. He trains Brookside Colt. Jack, thanks for your time tonight. 3 drives. Let's talk about the first of them, Brookside Colt. Not a bad run last week. What did you make of it?
Yeah, he went good. He sort of got out-sprinted a bit. He's more of a rolling type, and park probably doesn't suit him. But, yeah, he's getting better and better every week, so I'm a bit of a drop back tonight, so I'm expecting a big run.
Standing start. He had to go up 2 starts ago tonight. You happy that he'll get the stand right tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. He can get a bit funny when he's got horses behind him, rushing up behind him. But with no one behind him tonight, I'm pretty confident he'll get away.
That's Jack McKinnon with his thoughts on Brookside Colt. Of course, this one formerly trained by Paul Nairn. Jack only has 2 or 3 in work, but does a good job with them and gets them ready. And this one, Brookside Colt, was very good 3 starts ago. Since then, missed away badly at the park probably 3 weeks ago behind Dead Cat Bounce, and then last start got parked out behind It's Oscar and basically a sprint home. Not really his go. Again, like La Maitre D, dropped back in class from the 1s and 2s back to the maidens, and saying that does give them 30 metres. I marked them 2 on top, clearly on top, to beat 9. The horse on screen at the moment is a horse that interests me if you're taking trifectas and first 4s. Runner number 7, Brookby Prince. He's a horse that worked nice on Saturday. He can get one run at them, and when he does that, that's when he tends to find the line. He's not a horse that likes to rough and tough it. Sean Grayling takes the drive again tonight for Amanda Kitty, and I thought Brookby Prince is just working its way towards another win. So 2, 9, 7, and Lofty, a first starter here trained by John and Josh Dickey. It was in the same trial on Saturday as runner number 2, and it did hit the line okay. So a horse that I thought maybe not tonight, but in upcoming weeks is one to follow, number 4, Lofty. 2, 9, 7, 4, best of the rest, 8, La Maitre D. Good enough to run in your first 4s with good manners. Tony Hurley for Frank Cooney and Tate Hopkins. Aaron's numbers in race number 2. He's 2, 9, 7 and 1. Aaron, as I come to you a minute out from the second tonight, the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. If she gets it right, she's very hard to beat, the Lincoln Farms trained runner.
Yeah, you did right there. Mixing manners and form. Good second, of course, beaten a slender margin 4 starts ago, and a very good 4th 2 starts ago around a couple of gallops. Zach Butcher, Ray Green, and Lincoln Farms looking for the first 2 on the program tonight. Brookside Colt, well in the mix. He was a good 5th the last time out, and behind It's Oscar, Jack McKinnon to do the driving. The 7 Brookby Prince is well in the mix in this company, Sean Grayling. And yes, Donna May, she's going the right way. The Pegasus Spur mare, Morris McKendry for the Michelle Wallace-Bernie Hackett stable. 2, 9, 7 and 1 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. Hearing through from James at the racing desk. Thanks to James passing on all the information. $1,500 a win on Rain Day Jatan at $3.40. And the best back runner in race number 1 was Zach Maguire. Over 200 multis running through the favourite into the first. Lincoln Farms going for back-to-back wins. Best back runner number 2 in race number 2 tonight. Ken, tell you, those who are interested, horses backed later in the program. Whitney, $1,000 on runner number 6 in race number 6 tonight, and also Bodine Bowfighter in race number 7, $1,500 on Bodine Bowfighter, well back to beat the favourite Walkinshaw in what is one of our feature events tonight, race number 7. But we're on start time. The red light's on here at the park for race number 2. Favourite got the money in the first. Same colours for race number 2. Let's head upstairs and join Aaron White.
Thank you, Craig, as the Square Gators face up to starter Frank Phelan for the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot, the 2nd of 8 on the program tonight, Tropical Nights at Alexandra Park. They turn and face up. We're set and ready. Front and 30-metre tapes in operation. The barrier strands release, and they're underway. Brookside Colt is safely on the journey, as to Brookby Prince. Now, South Coast has galloped off the front tape here. Donna May first out. The debutante Lofty's rolled into a gallop in the first 150 metres or so. So it was Donna May, but Clover Chance issuing a challenge on the outside as they work the stables corner. Rain Day Jatan quickly into her, trotting action into 3rd. South Coaster settles down 4th on her back. They're followed by La Maitre D, My Mum's a Star, Brookside Colt, Brookby Prince, and Lofty. The last 1,800 metres left to go. Clover Chance, Brent Mangos aboard, leads by 2, Donna May. There's a good 8 lengths away away to the race favourite Rain Day Gitan. Then came South Coaster, followed a couple of lengths off that to La Maitre D, and then My Mum's a Star, Brookside Colt, Brookby Prince, and the debutante back last, Lofty, is making up that lost ground after the early gallop. 50.1 was the lead time as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn, and Clover Chance still by 2, Donna May. Now Rain Day Gitan's chopped the second margin down to about 4 or 5 lengths and will be on the back of Donna May in no time. They're followed by South Coaster. Moving forward is La Maitre D sitting park with My Mum's a Star into the 1-1. Brookside Colt onto its back, a couple of lengths away to Brookby Prince, and Lofty the last. Opening quarter in 34 seconds, and the leader is Clover Chance, leading by a couple over Donna May, and Rain Day Gitan's away from the mark is now the race favourite to sit park for Zach Butcher, the nearby Love You. South Coaster 3 back on the inside, then La Maitre D is Brookside Colt. He strides up with purpose out 3 wide on the stables corner final time, then My Mum's a Star on the outside of Brookby Prince, and Lofty the last, a good 10 lengths off our leader Clover Chance. Out to the 800 metres they trot. Clover Chance leads, Rain Day Gitan, and here's Brookside Colt onto the scene. 33 was the second quarter. Lovely run in the trail to Donna May, followed through by South Coaster, La Maitre D to its outside. Then My Mum's a Star racing on the outside of Brookby Prince, and 3 to 4 Lofty last. Clover Chance to the end of the back, straight a half, Brookside Colt. Donna May will wait the passing lane. Rain Day Gitan now with 1-1 cover as they turn off the back. Then South Coaster there, followed by La Maitre D. My Mum's a Star takes off, and Brookby Prince 29-9 the third quarter. Clover Chance to bring them for home. Over Brookside Colt, Donna May's galloped in the trail. Rain Day Gitan comes out of her, trailing 1-1 spot. And My Mum's a Star out wide, a homeward bound. Clover Chance a length. Brookside Colt, Rain Day Gitan, My Mum's a Star, La Maitre D late on the passing lane. Clover Chance, Brookside Colt coming strongly. And Rain Day Gitan joining in. Rain Day Gitan going to Brookside Colt and Clover Chance. Rain Day Gitan, I reckon, gets it a nose. Brookside Colt and Clover Chance galloped in the last 2 strides of the event. They were followed by My Mum's a Star and then Brookby Prince, La Maitre D, South Coaster, Donna May and Lofty. 2:57, 29.8 the final quarter, 59.7 the half. I say Zach Butcher arrives just in the nick of time with the favourite. Rain Day Gitan, Brookside Colt, Clover Chance was right in it, but just rolled into a gallop a couple of strides off the post. Out wide up, My Mum's a Star, but Rain Day Gitan, Ray Green, Lincoln Farms, they'll go back to back in the first 2 tonight. Brookside Colt will be second, Clover Chance third. Doesn't look like he's been lapped on there, so should hold that spot, but we'll leave that up to the stewards and JCA, and My Mum's a Star down the outside for a fourth.
Official placings race 2, the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. 295,678. 295,678. Horse 2, Rain Day Gitan, trotted the 2,200 metres from a stand in 257.02. Mile rate of 29.4. Last 859.7. The 429.8. The margins ahead 1.5 lengths. 295,678. Race 2, the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot.
Rain Day Gitan will come back at the head of the field, raced by Lincoln Farms Limited, DR Ebbett, along with RJ Menzies, GF Collins, IA Middleton and SA McDonald. Ray Green trains the first 2 winners on the program tonight. He trains out at Pukekohe. Zach Butcher doing the driving on Rain Day Gitan. Love You, Gypsy Glass, 4-year-old bay mare, bred by Frank Marion. Proves too strong in the Crombie Lockwood Handicap Trot. Peter Hale's down there, part of the victory celebrations for Crombie Lockwood. Roger Barnes, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, in attendance. 9 Brookside Colt for second. Now another look. Brookside 7-year-old Chestnut Gelding for the Four Bros Syndicate. GJ Nairn. RGH Thompson along with the Podomi Syndicate. Whedon's Horse Racing Syndicate. Jack McKinnon, the trainer-driver out of Cumu. And 5 Clover Chance. Thanksgiving CM Lass. 5-year-old Bay Gelding. Raced by the Howlets, Mrs. Ali, along with BJ and JR. Brent Mangos, the trainer and driver. 2 Rain Day Jatan returns $3.20 and $1.50. $3.20 and $1.50. 9 Brookside Colt $1.70. $1.70. 5 Clover Chance $5.30. $5.30. Quinella $4.20. $4.20. Trifecta $234.30. $234.30. The first 4, $2,160.80. Partially struck, $2,160.80. $86 jackpotting through into the first 4, race 3. The Ray Green Train Double, 8 and 2 at $3.80, $3.80. 8 and 9 in the concession, $1.90, $1.90.
Experience in the full field, so that's why we're sort of in this race tonight.
He appears to be getting far more tractable. I know he keeps on winning, but he seems to be getting better as a racehorse every start.
Yeah, he is. He's sort of one of those ones. If the horse beside him racing him, he paces really good, and as soon as he hits the front, it sort of puts a length on him. That's when the steps start coming in. So, but he's working better at home that way, and sort of running away from the GP. So he's getting better.
All right. What about from that draw? Is it a case of taking luck out of play?
Yes, no, I'll just see how I am. Sort of, you go back, you sort of get stuck behind some of those maidens, and if you go forward from 9, you burn a bit of petrol. So I'll just play it by ear out there.
On to race number 5, and King Castler. I thought she was very good that last 100 last week.
Yeah, very good. I just couldn't quite get. We sort of, Amy and Craig put a pole on and took the Murphy off, and just couldn't quite get around the bend, and lost momentum and a wee bit of ground at the wrong time. So, like you said, the last furlong was very pleasing, and tonight we've gone back to the Murphys. So worked at home, so hopefully it works again tonight.
All right, your father's got Uncas in it too, and he wasn't that bad. It was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, he hit the line very well. Yeah, it was like last week. Yeah, he hit the line very well, and he's the same. It was sort of a funny race last week. We sort of rolled round and sprinted home, so he's come on since then too.
All right, they're in race number 5. Little Rascal and Mr. Medal in race 6. Little Rascal did a great job last campaign.
Yeah, we sort of brought him just being it wasn't an over-dear buy, and just to have a nice wee horse, and he just keeps stepping up and going great times in Auckland. So he's had a spell, come back home, he's had 2 trials and trialled very nice, and only iffy thing tonight is first stand start, and he's got the barrier 1, so if he steps away with them though, he's the sort of horse that tries hard and he'll be thereabouts.
And Mr. Medal just probably needs to lift a little bit.
Yeah, so the bull buggy, he's jumped up the grades pretty quick, too fast, and he's got 5 more starts for the Met Multiplier. I know it's a bad night to have them in, but with the conditions, he actually falls in this race better than most weeks, so that's why he's in.
No Dr. Nita did a great job first up in this company last time. How's he come on since then?
Yeah, he's come on great. He sort of blew up, needed that run badly last time out, sort of blew out the last furlong and blew up over the back bad, so he's tightened up, he's a fitter and tighter horse going into the night, so just hoping we step away as quick as we sort of did last time and get handy because they can also sprint home off the front here. So to get handy at the right time, get a nice enough run into it, he'll be improved horse from last time.
Yeah, and that was 2 weeks ago, that race. Regal Ideal in race number 8, Barrier 1, showed an immense gate speed last time, drawn in the right spot again tonight.
Great gate speed and toughness. Sort of, we went 3:11. He sort of burned early and did work at the end. So it was a great run, really. So he's drawn nice, great field though. Like he's stepping up in the grades. It's a great field, but got the barrier draw to work with. So he's the sort of horse he goes out and tries hard every time. So does again tonight. There's definitely a chance.
Yep. And the last race, Collector Guinness, has done a very good job this campaign.
Yeah, he has, but just sort of you got to drive him one-dimensional. Like you can't sort of. I about took the field out just out of the gate early the other day, and his first stand start's going to be a big if for him. But give him heaps of practice at home. He seems good, and sort of take out Mark Purdens. The rest is just an even field, so he's a chance again.
So that's John Dunn. He has an important part to play, as I mentioned prior to that interview, and great to get his insight into the chances he has here tonight. Look, the 2600 metre negates the barrier 9 somewhat here. He's unbeaten 4 from 4. He won a Sire Stakes heat last time, and whilst he does have the toughest draw to come from under the preferential barrier draw system for these Alabar Series finals, then it's logical that he draws there, and it's more logical that he'll be winning this. Zen Mark spoke to Matthew Williamson. He said he's a very nice horse. I don't know if he's good as the favourite, though. I think I'll clearly run second to him. Ashton Kay got diggerised in front last time by Armbro Courage. That was at Cambridge, and they went 243. He has been here to Addington Raceway, of course, winning over Scanrico Bay in an amateur drivers race. Shillelagh's put 2 together, has Dexter Dunn aboard tonight, as was the case here 2 starts ago. He has a first 4 part to play. And maybe Scarlet Banner, who was unlucky last time behind Lily Jones, win a pretty handy sort of a race. Race number 4, Mark Mack. Gate is a-rolling, and will Franco Cristiano remain unbeaten?
We'll find out soon, Greg, because he's coming onto the gate. Quick birthday shout out. Robin Beebe's having a birthday today. Big racing man, and he's tipping all and sundry that his horse Smithy will just win the Geraldine Cup. I'm sure Jamie Gameson's loving hearing that, but he's tipping it to everybody that it just wins. It's still a good month or so away. Green light racing. And he's just come out and had a bit of a look, John Dunn, with Franco Cristiano. He's going to settle down wide in midfield. Ashton Kay will go to the lead over Scarlet Banner. Zenmark getting forward to be third from Karunga Sweet Pea down to the pegs inside of Beale Street Boy. Then J.E. Supreme from Franco Tarek. 3 wide Franco Cristiano, and Best Laid Plans is down on the markers. The grey Lily Jones between horses from Zolta, and 2 lengths away last is Shillelagh. The leader is now Zenmark, and the lead margin's a length and a half over Ashton Kay. Scarlet Banner's running third, and 3 lengths to Karunga Sweet Pea. Fifth is J.E. Supreme. 1 length away is Beale Street Boy parked up, and Best Laid Plans rides the pegs. Favourite gallop, Franco Cristiano, going past the 2,000 metre mark. He was racing outside Franco Tarek, and he's gone into a bad gallop, and he's all but out of play, Franco Cristiano. He's down to a walk. He gets pacing now, but he's 200 metres away, maybe 150. Zenmark leads, a length and a half, Ashton Kay. Parked up third, Lily Jones, and 3 back the inside, Scarlet Banner. Fifth is Beale Street Boy. Karunga Sweet Peas inside of Franco Tarek, then came Zolta. Next to the inside, J.E. Supreme from Shillelagh, and then Best Laid Plans, and where is Franco Cristiano? He is 200 metres away, and he's out of play. Lead time, 1 minute and 13. And it's Zenmark in a race that's changed remarkably at the lap and a half point, and he leads a length and a half over Lily Jones. Ashton Kay trails third, and 3 back the inside, Scarlet Banner. Fifth is Beale Street Boy, trailed in the running line by Franco Tarek, who's around Karunga Sweet Pea. Wonder Zolta. J.E. Supreme's down next to the inside from Shillelagh, Best Laid Plans, and Franco Cristiano is 200 metres away. 30.3 for the first quarter, with 1,000 metres to go. And it's Zenmark by a length over Lily Jones. There's no change to the order. Leaders back, Ashton Kay, Beale Street Boy fourth. Scarlet Banner travels on a nice rein. 3 back the inside. Next, Franco Tarek from Karunga Sweet Pea and Zolta. And then came J.E. Supreme, followed second last by Shillelagh, and last is Best Laid Plans. 700 metres to go, barring, of course, Franco Cristiano, who's tailed right off the leader as they pace past the 700 Zenmark. Second quarter in 30.2, 60.5 for the half. Lily Jones still there on the outside, but driven up. Ashton Kay waits for the terror to love it. Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Scarlet Banner 3 back the inside from Beale Street Boy. 3 wide Zolta on the improve from Franco Tarek held up. And next centre Shillelagh, but the leader is Zenmark. Margin 2 lengths on Ashton Kay. They were followed by Scarlet Banner. And then came Zolta, Beale Street Boy and Shillelagh. The third quarter in 29.6. And it's Zenmark leading in. Ashton Kay. CJ pops out for a look. 2 lengths to Scarlet Banner, then came Zolta. Zenmark leads. Ashton Kay's half a length away. On the outside, Ashton Kay went to the lead. Scarlet Banner still coming. Ashton Kay half a length. Now a next Scarlet Banner. Ashton Kay in front. Scarlet Banner driving, I think got there. Maybe Scarlet Banner over Ashton Kay, and Zenmark will run third. Fourth either Shillelagh or Zolta. Then Franco Tarek, Beale Street Boy. Next in Lily Jones from Karunga Sweet Pea, J.E. Supreme, Best Laid Plans. And unbelievably, Franco Cristiano got himself rough going past the half mile on the first round and galloped himself out of the race. I think Scarlet Banner's got there the full at $16.30 and $3. Last quarter's 30.1. Last mile 2 minutes, 0.2. Ashton Kay loomed up in the middle, went to Zenmark. Looked home Ashton Kay. Scarlet Banner, who travelled beautifully going into the back. Shillelagh's going to run into fourth by the looks of it. Ashton Kay kicking, Scarlet Banner driving. Here comes the post, they hit it. And Scarlet Banner will get it. 4 will win it. Gavin Smith over Ashton Kay. Number 7 for Colin De Philippi and Zenmark. Matthew Williamson. It's happened again. If you just show replays of races 1, 2 and 4, Greg, in the last 50 metres, they're all going to look exactly the same.
Yeah, they do, Mark, and of course Ashton Kay, beautifully driven by Colin De Philippi, but this run of Gavin Smith's continues. The filly by Better's Delight out of Surf and Sand, so plenty of breeding there. Luckless here last week, and given an economical trip, of course, ouch. Backers of the favourite did not race tractably at all. We tried to get him down into the running line to John Dunn, and he went into a gallop. As we get the judges' call, we'll wrap it on the other side.
Winner is 4, Scarlet Banner. Second, 7, Ashton Kay. And third, 8, Zenmark. Fourth has gone to 6, Shillelagh. From 12, Zolta. And 11, Franco Tarek. 4, 7, 8, 6, 12, 11. The margin's half ahead. 1 1/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths ahead. Winner's time was 3:13.9. A mile rate of 2 minutes exactly. The last 859.3, last 429.9.
So consistent sectionals there, and 3:13 the overall time. $16.30 and $3. Gavin Smith, an incredible last week. $2 Ashton Kay. Zenmark led them up 160, 87.20 the Quinella, 703.40 the trifecta, 4786 first 4, $3,087.60. Scarlet Banner, part owned by Gavin Smith, D.W. Dakin, Neil Pearce, he was the bloke saluting to the crowd, and of course calls all the trials at Ashburton. Congratulations to him and his other owners. 2-4 double, 13.40, 4.30 the concession, 2 and 7. There's a big syndicate, the three-way syndicate, Miss J Nichols and the Gillies, JF and CR. Well done. That's Neil with the hat on, and Gavin Smith does the business here. Race number 4, Michael Guerin. These Alabar Super Series finals, they're always action-packed. Not so there for backers of the favourite, though, Franco Cristiano. His unbeaten run has ceased.
Sure has, and cats of punters all around the country ducking under the couch after that one for fear of being nudged across the room. Favourite galloping badly. Ooh, that was messy. We'll get back to him on the box set on Wednesday night. What was good was the winner, Scarlet Banner, only her 3rd career start, beating horses who had won 2 or 3 races, and fair and square. This is an Oaks filly. I'm not saying she's going to win an Oaks, but that time alone she will end up on an Oaks, all things going well between now and next autumn. Well done to Neil Pearce. He's a guy that does a lot for harness racing in the Mid-Canterbury region. There he is. And, yep, he deserves a nice horse. He's got one now with Scarlet Banner. OK, heading back to the Greyhounds, Wanganui, 8th on the card coming up. And, Rosso, I thought she was better, the import Speedy Beat last week, but I still wasn't totally convinced. Was I missing something?
No, you weren't, Michael. I'm exactly the same as you, and there's no question that she can win this race. I put her in for second behind Angie Czar, but she had her chance last week. She was beaten by a faster dog on the night in Allegro Blast, and they did clock 17.53. Track running a wee bit slower tonight, 17.58 I should say. And it was just her second start in the country, and those two starts had been separated by about 3 weeks. Sun has set in the west here, and it's getting a bit cooler, but a pleasant night nonetheless. Seems to be relatively still out there. He said from the comfort of his commentary box. Carry forward here in the first four makes this worth playing. 2,286. So the first four pool now is already about 5,500. Went 5, 8, 4 and 3. Now the 5-dog Angie Czar needs to rediscover some form. This course and distance, 9 starts, 6 wins, 3 minor placings. Never out of the money. Form has fallen away. Recent racing though, Manawatu Monday, Addington went for a look down there last week. Last 3 goes on this track over 520 metres where she showed good speed, but she just wasn't quite able to round off the races. Now the last time she had a run over the 305 metres here was going back a few starts, and she was actually a very good third after being slow, got checked at the top, railed across the corner and got home really well. But she can show early speed too, Angie Czar, so I thought she was worth the risk, and she's come in a touch with the bookies. 8-dog Speedy Beat will look second, beaten a length and a half in a 17.58 from the same draw last week, is pretty good form for this. And again, wouldn't be a surprise if she won, would certainly have her on top along with Angie Czar for a first 4. And then in behind, well, 4 What's Up G picked up an overdue win 3 back. He's had a few problems, this dog, but he's quite nice. He's won 19 races. He has had 120. He hasn't been quick out the last couple, but he can muscle up from the 4. 3-dog Al's Girl's got early speed. 1-dog Serena Rose, good to see her back. We haven't seen her since July. She's out of Little Mother, and she's won 9 in total. Greyhounds to the traps for race 8. Dopey Dog Laser Engraving. Serena Rose, the inside, Al's Girl, Angie Czar, Allegro Boom. Second lane, Homebush Olive, What's Up G, Nero, who won on Monday, and Speedy Beat. Running out nominations here, Nero. Competitive field this. Favourite, the 8, Speedy Beat. Set. Racing, Speedy Beat just a fair, but getting only, and best out here was Al's Girl, and What's Up G's going with that too, is followed through there by Homebush Olive and Serena Rose trying to push through. Speedy Beat gets around the outside, Angie Czar can't get around them, nor can Nero, and back with them too is Allegro Boom. Around the corner comes Al's Girl in front, What's Up G charges with Speedy Beat, Al's Girl sees it through. From What's Up G, Speedy Beat, Nero to 4th. Followed through there by Homebush Olive and Angie Czar, Serena Rose and Allegro Boom. Al's Girl, early speed has carried her through here in a 17.74 with a run home 10.74 and 7 seconds up front, and they couldn't catch her. What's Up G tried. Speedy Beat, after a slow beginning, has made some ground. Nero around the outside. Angie Czar got back, then got checked trying to hunt into it. Up the straight, 3, 4, 8 and 6. From the hop here, well, she's got the early speed. It's just a question of whether she can hold on sort of up in this grade. Well, she's going to class 5 now because they couldn't catch her. Thought What's Up G might have had its chance. 8 had to do some work, and Angie Czar was starting to run into the race, then came together with Homebush Olive. Serena Rose moved off the rail, and it got a bit unhappy in there for some of them. 3/4 by 1 and 3/4 by 1 1/4. And we've given you the times and sectionals. She's by Star Conquest out of Big Sam's Girl. Lana Udy owns and trains at Fielding. She's got 2 out of this litter, Michael, and look, class 5's going to stretch them, but they've got early speed. They've gone through the grades quite quickly. Unfortunately, they don't rail, and that's probably the issue, but didn't matter tonight. Al's Girl is home in race number 8. The 9th starts our second quaddie, and it's a very good field of class 4s over 520 metres at 7.46.
These Class 4s at Wanganui continue to be excellent betting races, and well done to Lana Udy there with Al's Girl getting home. Speedy Beat, look, only 3rd, but at least showed some track sense this week, so look, she'll keep, but maybe not at quite the odds that she's been going out at. Next on the card, Alexandra Park, it's the Maidens. Millview Sienna was one of the Whale Watch horses on Thursday night under the lights last night, 3.20 on the options. The draw's not great, but she's a big lump of a filly and good enough to win as a juvenile against the older horses last season. 4.10 the tote. We'll take a break, come back on the other side and see what Craig Thompson makes of those divvies, whether they're exactly where they need to be for you to have a bet in the third at the park.
A rock and roll dance is one of the most exciting horses of the modern era.
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. We're just around about 5.5 minutes out from race number 3 tonight. It is the Weymouth Cosmopolitan Sports Club Mobile Pace. We've got joint favourites here now with Vinland and Millview Sienna. We'll catch up with Vinland's trainer Logan Hollis very shortly. Michael asked how I'd play this race in race number 3 tonight. I do like Millview Sienna. I think the price, I'd be backing it on the tote more than the book. $5 on the tote. I think your right price is around the $3.60 mark, $3.80, something like that. So if the bookmakers push her out, that's where I'd be playing. I think the best bet in the race, box up 3 runners. 3 Vinland, 8 Millview Sienna, 9 Platinum Bell. I think they're 3 very progressive fillies. Vinland's got gate speed. Millview Sienna's are more of a staying type. And the Platinum Bell, she's got the breeding. She's the half to Ideal Bell and the full to 5 card draw. Let's talk to Logan Hollis. He's got 2 really good chances in race number 3. Logan, thanks for your time tonight. Just quickly, congratulations last night, Stars and Sound. It would have been a big thrill.
It was. She's done a really good job this season, and we were lucky we sort of dropped down a grade and dropped back 10 metres. She stepped from a stand and did the job, so we're really happy for the owner, Ted Edwards.
He puts a lot into the game, doesn't he, Ted? So it just rewards for a guy that, as you say, he puts plenty of money into the game, and a mare like that's giving him a great delight.
Oh, definitely. And as a brood mare, she's been placed in 54.3, and her winning time's 1:58. So he's looking at maybe going to Mach 3 very shortly. So good luck to him.
Tonight, you got 2 in race number 3. Let's talk about the first of them in Vinland. What she's got is great gate speed, and she's got the draw.
Definitely, and I've had a text from the owner in Aussie, and he wants Tony to lead tonight, not hand up, and see how he goes. So that's the instructions, and she should go close tonight. That run under about last week.
What did you make of it? She led, took a trail, got a nice run, and probably a good head out for tonight.
Oh, definitely. I was disappointed at first start, but I think we just had her a bit fat. And even last week, Tony said she did pull a bit, so maybe in front tonight, if she settles, it will suit a lot better.
Appassionato, of course, good enough to win early in its 2-year-old campaign. Back last week, early gallop. Was that a little bit of a concern?
No, not at all. She just got a bit keen early, and Morris sort of almost ran into the back of them and just checked her up. He was really happy with the run. I think she'll need tonight's run, but she will be running on at the finish. You know, she's quite a high-speed little filly, say, for a couple 100 metres.
Are we taking from that maybe Vinland's the better of the 2 chances just for tonight?
I think so, probably with the draw, with Appassionato. She's got gate speed, but from 7 we'll just have to tuck her in. So I think Vinland's probably the better out of the 2.
There you go, Vinland, the better of the 2 tonight. She does have very good gate speed. Art of Gold doesn't get out that well, and Whitecliff Chapel, in her only start to date, drew handy and settled midfield. So you think she'll grab the front very early, Vinland, Tony Hurley. She is a very fiery filly, so she would want to settle in her races, but they are looking to go forward with runner number 3. There's a really nice looking type by Jeremy's Jet. Millview Sienna, we highlighted her last night on the Thursday Under the Lights segment. Lovely type, won first up as a 2-year-old, and as Michael said, went 2:44 that night and beating the older horses. What she's needed is time, because she is a big filly, never a natural 2-year-old. Todd McFarlane's waited for her, and I think she'll have a pretty good season. Not a great draw tonight. Be interesting to see what Todd does off the barrier. I'd suggest he probably go back because there is a lot of gate speed early and he'll rely on a bit of speed up front. If she gets a drag into the race, she can win it. She's out to 450 with the money coming for Platinum Bell. I think she's a great each way chance. For me, 8 on top, 3 clearly the main danger, and that horse on screen at the moment, what I've seen at the workouts and trials, possesses the family ability. By Bitter's Delight out of Blistering Bell, makes her a half to Ideal Bell. Won the second row, probably will posse up 3 back on the fence early on, and she's done enough at the workouts and trials to suggest that she'll win a race at very short notice. The barrier draw tonight is a hindrance, but if she gets off the marker pegs, she can win the race. 8, 3, 9. Box them up, cost you $3 for $1. If your units are 10, cost you $30. I think that's the way to play race number 3 tonight. Outside those top 3, made a spot for Booming Jet inside my top 4. This one trained by Stephen Reid. They have 2 in the race, along with White Cliff Chapel. Aaron White's numbers in the third tonight. He's with 8, 3, 7 and 5. Aaron, she's a lovely big filly, this, by Jeremy's Jet, Millview Sienna.
Yeah, she is, and she was very good at the workouts last weekend. So the Jeremy's Jet filly, she's on top despite the wide draw. Her debut victory, as you highlighted last night on the TV, very good, beating Eclipse Me, Todd McFarlane, the trainer-driver. 3, Vinland. Comes out of a nice draw, of course, chased home Bodine Bowfighter here a couple of weeks ago. In fact, last week we put in the 7 Appassionato, an early gallop, put pay to her chance last time out, Morris McHenry, and 5 Booming Jet. She's put in 3 encouraging runs thus far in her career. She's some sort of a chance here too for the Reed man. 8, 3, 7 and 5.
Thank you, Aaron. She is a lovely filly, you're right, and her workout form on Saturday was good. Now, the horse that she beat at the workouts on Saturday was Mr. Euroman. Now, he won a cracking race in the first tonight, so that form stacks up pretty well going into the third tonight, the Weymouth Cosmopolitan Sports Mobile Pace. Good race to watch this. I think there'll be plenty of form coming out of it. Horses that run midfield, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, going to a lesser race at Cambridge, maybe in a fortnight's time. We'll go very, very close tonight. On average, they go 243, 244 in these $12,000 maiden races. I expect nothing else with a horse like Vinland setting them up in front. Owls Girls, 860, 210 beats. What's Up G, 270. Speedy beat, 140. Quinellas, 33.90. Trifecta, 300, 140.
With the runners scoring up here for the third on the program this evening. It's been a good competitive betting market too. Behind the yellow bar arm, $4, $1.60. Millview Sienna, $4.10 and $1.70 about Platinum Bell. $6, $1.80. Vinland out of barrier 3. So into the lane they come, 2 1/4 laps as the ribbon of light about to take over here for this Friday night. Now, Platinum Bell, one of the favourites, was a wee bit rank in the latter part of the score up there, and she'll miss it by 6 lengths. Vinland first out from Booming Jet, back on the inside, White Cliff Chapel. Then Art of Gold will settle 4th as they work to the stables corner. Real Cyclone is 5th against the marker line. Then Mr. Wunderbar. Track forward by Empty Pockets. Platinum Bell gets back through on the marker line here, taking up the leeway to connect onto the back of Real Cyclone. And the last pair, Appassionato and Millview Sienna, both taken back into the field from their wide draws. Vinland through the back, leads by a length. Booming Jet on the outside, and its stablemate White Cliff Chapel secures the beautiful run in the trail. Art of Gold 1-1, then Real Cyclone is back on the marker line. Then Mr. Wunderbar, as Empty Pocket starts a run now for Salish Abernathy, 44-2 the lead time. Back on the inside, Platinum Bell, Appassionato second last, Millview Sienna last, 1400 to go. And Vinland with Tony Hurl, he leads 3/4. Booming Jet, Empty Pocket stuck out 3 wide. White Cliff Chapel, the leader's back, as Platinum Bell's galloped again at about the same spot she did in the score up. She's got a real issue with that spot, and she's now right out the back door. Mr. Wunderbar's midfield on the back of Art of Gold, Appassionato and Millview Sienna. 30.8 was the opening quarter, and now half a dozen lengths away to Platinum Bell. So work down to the judge with a circuit to go. Vinland to pace them into the final circuit. Empty Pockets down to Parked, and then White Cliff Chapel trailing with its stablemate Booming Jet 1-1. Real Cyclone on the inside, to its outside Art of Gold. Mr. Wunderbar on its back, Appassionato in turn, and then Millview Sienna, and 3 off to Platinum Bell. Second quarter, 30.5 into the back they go. And Vinland going along like a well-oiled machine. Leads by a length. On the outside, Empty Pockets. Back on the inside, Whitecliff Chapel. Travels on a nice rein. Then Booming Jet 1-1 for the Red Man. Real Cyclone the inside. Further back is Art of Gold. Back in the field then is Mr. Wunderbar Appassionato. Millview Sienna ducks for an inside run. And further away then to a Platinum Bell. Back straight quarter, 28.7. Vinland goes along nicely. A length and a quarter, Empty Pockets. Back on the inside, Whitecliff Chapel. This leader's got them struggling. Real Cyclone's got a bit to offer, just waiting for space. And then Art of Gold, Mr. Wunderbar. Homeward bound Vinland. Real Cyclone now gets the run underneath Whitecliff Chapel. Empty Pockets. Then Art of Gold, Mr. Wunderbar. Vinland in front. Mr. Wunderbar. Real Cyclone, Appassionato all flashing home. Vinland will see it through just. Vinland now. It could be a Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson, Quinella here. Appassionato's in a photo second with Mr. Wunderbar. They were followed Empty Pockets, Real Cyclone and Art of Gold. Millview Sienna back, Booming Jet with Whitecliff Chapel. And the last was Platinum Bell 244. The final quarter 29.7 and 58.4 the last half. Was always travelling along like a well-oiled machine. We've got 3 NZ sprint car driver on track tonight with us too, Daniel Eagleton. And this one was travelling like a very, very good thing coming across the top. Appassionato will get up for second, so Logan and Shane will get the Quinella here. And Mr. Wunderbar, he's found that trial form. Here tonight, he'll get up for third in the Weymouth Cosmopolitan and Sports Club Incorporated Mobile Pace.
Official placings, race 3, the Weymouth Cosmopolitan and Sports Club Incorporated Mobile Pace. 3742610. All official 3742610. Horse 3, Vinland, paced the 2200 metres in 244.02. A mile rate of 159.9. Last 858.4. The 429.7. The margins ahead, a nose, 1 length. 3742610, race 3, Weymouth Cosmopolitan and Sports Club Incorporated Mobile Pace.
3 Vinland back at the head of the field, raced by Harvey along with Mrs. S.F. Kaplan. American Ideal, Sagrantino, 3-year-old bay filly. Jordash Breeding Trust, the breeders. Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson, the trainers at Pukekohe, and Tony Hurley, the Iceman, to come back at the head of the field after a good third and behind a nice type when last produced last Thursday night. Vinland goes a couple better here. And back at the head of the field, Rick Stothers along with Arawa Waru down there for the Weymouth Cosy and Sports Club. Pat Gubb, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, in attendance. Good win by Vinland at stablemate Appassionato's Charge Late. Better's Delight, Sarbine, 3-year-old bay filly for Kahukuri Bloodstock Limited, and Mrs. R.A. Ritchie. Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson, trained at Pukekohe, Morris McKendry. And the 4, Mr. Wunderbar, Real Desire, Motoring Clear, 4-year-old bay Gelding for A. Schatzdorfer. Brent Bangos, the trainer-driver, in for third. 3 Vinland at $5.50 and $1.70, $5.50, $1.70. 7 Appassionato, $2 even, 2 even. 4 Mr. Wunderbar, $4.80, $4.80. Quinella, $15.10, $15.10. The trifecta returns $625.30, $625.30. First 4 partially struck, $5,813.10, $5,813.10. $2,150 jackpotting through to the first 4 for the 4th on the program.
Basil Dean, Tussle, Simon Katz, some of the greats of the past have taken out the Canterbury Park Cup. It used to be 2 miles, of course. In the last 5 years, it's been over the 2,600.
And it's a race where if Master Lavros is to win it, Greg, he's going to have to buck the trend of favourites, because apart from Chase the Dream, it's been an off night for them. Springbank Sam, Shimon, also Quite a Moment, and Harry Soul, the stablemates from the Greg and Nina Hope barn, drawn the inside. Kincasler, raced by Pat Driscoll's Yabby Dam Farms. He had quite a clean-up at the New South Wales Breeders' Awards last Saturday night, did Pat, and he'll no doubt be tuned in on the other side of the Tasman to watch his highly talented mare Kincasler go around here. Zachary Binks, Ali Way. Now with Colin and Julie de Philippi, sent north by Neville Skinner and the co-owners. Not a bad couple of names as far as trotters go out of the de Philippi barn. Stent, Ali Way, Galleons Royale is above average. Clover Mac does a good job. So Colin and Julie with a lovely team of square gators. Ali Way makes his debut from the Canterbury barn tonight. Quite a Moment, Harry Soul, Zachary Binks and Balmain make up the front. Group 3, Yalthurst Hotel, Canterbury Park Trotting Cup. And they're close. Habibdi ready. Racing now. And galloping away only briefly was Harry Soul, only lost half a length or so. Everybody's off in a trot. Zachary Binks, Valmain and also Quite a Moment were away quickly. Just in behind them is Ali Way and Springbank Sam looking to get nearer to the pegs from Kincasler. Valmain's gone for a gallop at the winning post the first time. That's going to force Kincasler wide around him. On the inside racing 3 back is Harry Soul from Master Lavros. 2 lengths Shimon from Uncas and Habibdi, and Balmain starting to gallop himself out of the race. Springbank Sam broke going around that first turn also, and he's going to gallop himself back to second last before he trots again. Zachary Binks finds the lead. Margin 2.5 lengths over Quite a Moment. And alleyway Kincasler broke. She was running 4, so a number of these well-performed open-class trotters have made errors, and she's still in a gallop, Kincasler. On the inside, Harry Soul from Master Lavros. 3 to Shimon, 2 lengths of Bibdi. Next then a Springbank Sam around Uncas, about 5 to Valmain, and Kincasler is now tailed off by 150 metres or so. They run to the top turn with about 1,700 to go, and Master Lavros goes up to have a look for the lead, and Zachary Binks in no real mood to keep the big fella out, and Amanda Tomlinson will let him go. 2 lengths away, third Quite a Moment, and fourth Ali Way. 1.5 lengths Shimon. Harry Soul now 5 trotters back, the peg row Uncas takes off. Bibdi's in the running line from Springbank Sam. 3 lengths to Valmain and tailed out of it Kincasler. Lead time 1:18.1, and it's the giant Master Lavros. He's out by 1.5 lengths. Zachary Binks is running second the trail, and Uncas is parked now. Shimon with some 1-1 cover. The Hope pair on the inside, the first of the pair Quite a Moment. They've got alleyway between them with Harry Soul racing 5 back the inside of Springbank Sam. Balmain's last and Abibdi's midfield with Kincasler tailed out of it. Yalthurst Hotel, Canterbury Park Trotting Cup, first quarter 33. And it's Master Lavros having a charmed run out by a length. Uncas is running second and Zachary Binks trailing third. 1-1 is Shimon. 3 back the inside is Quite a Moment, and then came Habibdi around alleyway. Springbank Sam 2 lengths to Harry Soul, now off the inside around Balmain, and tailed off is Kincasler, 800 to go. Bit more speed goes on now, but Master Lavros, a 33 first quarter with a trotter of his calibre. That's a dream. He leads by a neck. Second Uncas, and third waiting the terror to love it. Pine Leaf Farm passing lane is Zachary Binks. Shimon camped off the speed fourth. Quite a Moment next from Habibdi, alleyway, Springbank Sam, Harry Soul, and Balmain is last. Second quarter in 30.8. They've got 4.50 to go, and it's still Master Lavros by 1/2 length. Uncas just niggled at a touch second. Zachary Binks travels well in the trail. 3 wide Shimon. Then came Habibdi rolling into a gallop. Alleyway getting out inside of her. And next to turn for home Quite a Moment, but Master Lavros slipped some rain and slipped away. 28.9. 2 lengths on Zachary Binks and Shimon. And then Quite a Moment followed by Alleyway. But it's Master Lavros, 100 metres to go. Quite a Moment bursting in the second spot. Alleyway. Harry Soul's flying home at the end, but it's all Master Lavros. And he wins it by 1.5 lengths over Quite a Moment, Harry Soul and Shimon. Then came Alleyway, followed across the line by Zachary Binks, and next in is Springbank Sam, Habibdi, Uncas and Balmain. and Ken Kastler has been retired in the last lap. Master Lavros, Mark Jones, $2 and $1.40. The Hope pair have hit the line well. One Quite a Moment, $4.70. And two Harry Soul at $12.50. He's gone huge, Harry Soul. 29.3, 2.2 for the last mile. Mark Jones trains and drives, found the top with a bit over a lap and a quarter to go. Slipped the horse some rain, turning for home. Didn't move a whole lot, just a couple of little flicks with the inside rein in the run. Quite a Moment, hitting the line powerfully, as did the stablemate Harry Soul. And you give a giant trotter like that a quarter of 33, Gregory, it's game over. But the Hope pair have been very brave in defeat, chasing class, as Master Lavros is.
And they will jump up in the rankings, particularly Quite a Moment towards the Dominion on show day, of course, ranked about 17th, I think she was, going into this race. But let's concentrate on the winner. He's become a double victor of the Oldhurst Hotel Canterbury Park Cup. There's Ken Kastler, unfortunately, rolling into a break, and Mark Jones was able to roll to the front, get those sectionals, as Mark just mentioned, and dominate from the top end. He's a 7-year-old by Sundon, and he makes it win 18 at start 44. He's improved off last week's run. No stint to beat tonight, and he's simply been too strong. Here's Mark Gallagher's call of the first leg of pick 6.
Second, One Quite a Moment, and third, 2 Harry Soul. Fourth has gone to 10 Shimon, from 7 Alleyway, and 3 Zachary Binks. 9 1 2, 10 7 3. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, a neck. Winner's time was 3:18.8, a mile rate of 2:03. The last 857.8, last 429.1.
So a good second last quarter there, putting paid to the rest really, and he's been simply too good. Master Lavros, Shimon, I think he was in need of that run. Kevin Townley was slightly nervous about that going into it. He's battled on okay, and of course Quite a Moment, and Harry Soul, who was 29th ranking-wise for the Hellers Dominion going into that, will certainly improve off the back of that Group 3 placing. Habibdi just getting it rough there, alleyway. He's run on okay, and he'll head towards the next month racing with a little bit of confidence. But Master Lavros stepped beautifully. That was the key to the race. Kipros Scott Zekas gets another big win with this mighty trotter, and he joins the likes of Dr. Hook, who's won it on a couple of occasions, and of course the likes of years ago, about now, as dual victors in the Canterbury Park Trotting Cup. That's the first of our features here. Michael Guerin tonight will be back for a really good C2 to 4 race number 6, where the likes of Pepe Bromick, Stun and Dude get their chance off reasonable sort of marbles, and off the back row Southern GMP and Maverick are not the worst either. That's the big horse, Master Lavros, taking out the 5th.
That's his 18th career victory. Probably not the record of a great horse, but when you consider the races he's won a Rowe Cup and a Dominion Handicap. His manners and his arthritis have let him down on occasions. He probably could have won twice as many races had he been sound, but he's a hell of a good animal, as is the horse who beat him last week, because Stent blew past him last week, and Master Lavros has thrashed these horses. So clearly, the top 2 dogs in the trotting ranks, Stent and Master Lavros. Number 9 pays $2 and $1.40 in the 5th at Addington. Number 1, Quite a Moment, good in second at $4.70. Number 2, Harry Soul in third, probably even better, $12.50 for the Hope team. Cornella's paid $21.90. Trifecta 912, $950.90. And the first 4, 9, 1, 2 and 10, $9,057.80, with the favourite winning and the dominant second favourite 4th. Wow. Quaddy, 12, 2, 4 and 9, $2,666. Pick 6, basically everybody's live after the first. Heading back to you, Rozzo, for the next on the card. Your top tip, my friend, in the selections is number 4, Chasing the Line. $10 fixed, $15 the tote. Please explain.
Yeah, fair call, Michael. Went 4-8-1-2 here. This dog has only had a few starts in New Zealand and only one here. Now, that was 3 starts back in a Class 4 and 5 race. Now, he was a close-up 4th. behind Corborn Brick and Lonesome Nitro. Now, to be fair, a Class 2 dog ran in that race, Springvale Harry, and it ran third, but that's that sort of dog. He's a Class 2 that can run up in Class 5 company and place Springvale Harry. He's done it more than once. It was a nice performance from Chasing the Line, and I thought it was a run that suggested he will win at short notice. Well, his 2 runs since have been at Manawatu and down there at Addington. I think back here, he's a good chance. This dog won at Wentworth Park several times under 30 seconds. Once he ran 29.67. He's a pretty serious sort of a dog. So, look, he needs a bit of luck off box 4, but it's just one of those races where there's lots of good dogs in here, but not many are in form. The 8-dog Premier Division ran a slasher on Monday, went third behind Corborn Brick and Scusi in a tidy field. He's got a good record off box number 8, including winning a Class 3 here. Check the Mail off the inside is a pretty handy box 1 dog, although he has been beaten 3 back and 5 back from box 1. And Boston Lightning needs the rail, but I was just a touch disappointed with him on Monday from box number 2. He did run into 4th. Corborn Maddie's got some early speed, but he's only run once here. Smash Allegro at his best would win from the front here, but he just hasn't been racing well. And a Power Karen won 3 back, hasn't looked quite the same since. Making Time has got early speed, but not proven at this level, so it's an open affair. 5-star Kennels and Runs, Class 4. Check the Mail off the inside. Down goes Corborn Maddie, Smash Allegro and Making Time. Second line is Boston Lightning, Chasing the Line. A Power Karen in the green, and Premier Division the outside. Check the Mail's at $3.80 and favourite. Set to run. Racing. Check the Mail, fair break the inside. Smash Allegro gets out nicely, and Corborn Maddie as well, Chasing the Line in the early party there. And also around that first quarter would have been Making Time. Followed getting back in the race here is Power Karen, and also right back to last year Premier Division. Corborn Maddie found the lead by about 3 here. Now Boston Lightning snuck through on the inside on Check the Mail. Then Smash Allegro Chasing the Line around the outside. Power Karen back in behind that. Last pair here Premier Division, and also Making Time around the corner and through on the inside. It's Check the Mail coming through the centre that's going to score. Gets over the top of Corborn Maddie. Boston Lightning third, Chasing the Line fourth. Followed back in behind those runners then by Power Karen Premier Division. Making Time back in behind them. Smash Allegro just totally off his game. Check the Mail in a 30-41 here has come between Corborn Maddie and Boston Lightning. 1, 3, 2 and 4. 30-41 with a run home 11.88. From the hop, he just got out okay, Check the Mail, but he was just camped in behind the speed. Smash Allegro up outside the leader. He is just so down on his game, Smash Allegro. Check the Mail starts to push through on the inside of him. Boston Lightning followed it through. Chasing the Line was handy enough. He seemed to have his chance. He lost a bit of ground mid-race and then battled past the beaten Brigade. Check the Mail by Cosmic Rumble out of Winsome Uno. Brad Jackson, Craig Randalone. Lisa Ahern trains win 18, and he's on the cusp of 50,000 now. 1 length, 3/4 of a length than some others. 5.03 was the lead up, and 18.53 to that second mark. That wraps up race number 9 on the card. It was 3 1/4 between third and fourth there. Race number 10, first security class 5 over the 520 metres. Late scratching of Ritzer Danny Michael. We're underway at 8.16.
Yeah, thank you, Rozzo. Market for the next from Alexandra Park on the screen. We'll get the confirmation from Wanganui shortly, where the red dog gets home from the inside box. Didn't have things all its own way, but got the job done. It's Oscar was heavily backed with the bookmakers last week and got the job done for Tony Herlihy. He's having a good night at the office tonight. This one should continue that. Not quite so heavily backed tonight. 240 on the fixed, 340 on the tote. We have 6 minutes before the fourth on the card. We'll take a break. Join Craig Thompson on track at Alexandra Park.
American Ideal is a serious sire of some very fast horses in both hemispheres.
to a start for the fourth on the card from Alexandra Park as we rejoin Craig Thompson. Fifth on the card, Craig, is the feature of the night. When you look at it, your bet of the night, Besotted, looks with a big job in front of it, 40-metre handicap. When you actually analyse it, Craig, it's not too bad. Only 3 off the front line, only 2 off the 10. He could well be no worse than 6 lengths from them with, say, 1,200 to go.
Yeah, Michael, I think the 2,700 metres is the key. I think he's a far better stayer than probably a sprinter. I know he's got good form over the shorter journeys, but what he probably lacks is a real touch of high speed. He hasn't got that brilliance of a Hoka Punter or a Chris and Me, but he does stick very well. I think the 2,700 metres will really suit him tonight. I thought he closed in quite well last week behind a Hoka Punter. He run home in 55 seconds, Michael, so he's heading in the right direction. And with those runs under his belt tonight, and no Hoka Punter in this field, it's not a Spring Cup field. It's a massive drop back in grade. If they go 325, 324 from the stand, he'll have to go 322. Can he do that? Well, he's done that in the past. His personal best is 322. So in summary, yes, I think he can overcome the handicap, and I think he can win tonight. The green team, the Ray Green team, they're on fire. They've won the first 2 tonight, and they've got a very good chance with Besotted to take out race number 5 tonight. That horse on screen was outstanding last week. It's Oscar was get that result from Wanganui, race 9, 1, 3, 2 and 4. Hadn't raced for an awful long time. 2 trials at Franklin the last 2 weeks had been good, and he backed that trial form into race day form last week. It was a little bit scratchy from the stand, but once he stepped away, he was very quick into his work. What's aiding him in tonight is the outside of the front, being off the unruly, and only 6 off the front. He's going to have plenty of room to step away, and I think he does step. There'll be one place he'll be going, and that's forward to the front. He just looks a racy type, so I thought 6, It's Oscar, can win. I thought the old boy's the main danger in the race. Runner number 10, Moment of Truth, 13-year-old, that's right, 13-year-old. We saw one last night, an Our Southern Man, at the age of 12 do the job. We saw Silverstream at the age of 11. This bloke is 13 by sundown. He's going around for start 161 tonight. He is a wonder. He's getting to these races very well into the conditions. Even though he's won 25 races, you can buy this horse. He is a claiming horse. And because he's a claiming horse, he gets back in the handicaps. He gets very well placed. Last week was a bridge too far. He took on the likes of Leanne's Boy, Reel Me In, Charlemagne. It was just too strong for him. Back in this type of company, he becomes competitive. What he's been doing of late is stepping quickly. Now, 10-metre handicap is not prohibitive to him tonight. And I thought Moment of Truth, I think it was $11 fixed odds. He's $8 the tote. He's a chance, if the favourite made a mistake, of getting some of it. So it's 6 to beat 10. Macquarie with Jake. You'd just love to own him. He's one of those horses that every week runs into the money, gets a check. Of course, formerly trained by Tony Barron. Tony's got a share in the horse now with the Wallace Hackett team. Been up here a long time, but he's racing so well, and he's raced right through the winter, Macquarie with Jake. He's a chance here. Absolute bolt of your first 4s, number 4, Gintares. Richard Brosnan trains. He was good last week, making good ground up the fence. 2,200 suits him tonight. So 6, clearly the best horse in the field. 10, 9 and 4 for me to add some value into your multiples. Aaron, 6, 9, 10 and 3. 6, 9, 10 and 3. Aaron, as I come to you for the 4th tonight, the Majestic Horse Floats handicap trot. You'll think It's Oscar with that run at Alexandra Park last start. Being his first here, will certainly improve with the run.
Yeah, not too many former Southerners, especially Square Gators, make their debut at Alexandra Park, a winning one. He was a wee bit rough in his action, certain parts of that race, but just watching him in his prelim tonight, he looked pretty rock solid with the Iceman aboard. So he's on top, the 6 over the 9, Macquarie with Jake, runner-up last time, and behind It's Oscar, Zach Butcher. The 10, Moment of Truth, yes, has to be respected. A 25 race winner, Simon Lawson for Lisa Milner. And 3, Thanks Shane, he's certainly racing well. Picked up his maiden victory 2 starts ago in mid-September. Backed it up with a tidy 3rd. Run down by It's Oscar and Macquarie with Jake last time, Todd Mitchell. 6, 9, 10 and 3 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. That horse on screen, trained by Steve Cornwall, Star Filly. Joe Mocha takes the drive tonight. That was a much better run by her last week, running 4th in that same race as It's Oscar, and she's paraded very well tonight. She's at a quote of $31.650 for a place. Race number 4 tonight completes the first quaddie. The wall pays for the quaddie tonight after the first leg was taken up by Zach Maguire. The stablemate won the second leg, Vinland the third leg, and that quaddie, the 4th leg, the favourite way is with runner number 6. It's Oscar at $60, 127 for Macquarie with Jake, 345 with Moment of Truth, 251 with a Cougar Sun, and $256 with Thanks Shane. Those your will pays, top 5 for the first of tonight's quaddies. The second quaddie, race number 5, we're going to have a suggested quaddie for that, and we'll put that up graphically prior to race number 5 tonight. Let's head upstairs. Red lights on at the park for the 4th, and Aaron White.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. And that first 4 pool is certainly swelling up nicely now to $8,000 with that $2,150 jackpotting through to the first 4 here for the 4th on the program. The second of our square gating events, the first of those going to Rain Day Jatan in race number 2. Zach Maguire, good winner of the first. Vinland fell in to beat its stablemate Tapassionato there in the 3rd on the program here tonight. Majestic Horse Floats Handicap Trot, 2,200 metres. Starter Frank Phelan will call these contestants up onto their marks shortly. Front and 10-metre tapes in operation here. Cougar's Sun cleared maidens last week. Of course, that was its second victory. Did pick up a penalty-free win in the Island Series. Ventimiglia comes up. Thanks Shane. Gintara's turns in. Princess McKendon managed the key with her tonight. She's got a pretty good record over the 2,200 metres. She gets the start right. She'll be in this for a long way. So they stand up well now. Majestic Horse Floats Handicap Trot. In fact, Gintara's just breasting the tape. In fact, the barrier strand's released there, but the 10-metre tape is trapped around Torbjorn's leg, so the whistle is being blown. And we do have a false start here for the 4th on the program. So it looked like the front tape also released a wee bit earlier too. Maybe Gintara's made that go a wee bit early. So that will be the false start for the 4th on the program. So Six, it's Oscar, 241.50. 5 and 2 about Macquarie with Jake, 652.30. Thanks Shane, 932.70 a Cougar's Sun. So we come forward for take 2. As the Square Gators face up, take two. Majestic Horse Floats handicap trot, 2,200 metres. Princess McKendon on the move. Gintara's again looking to be side on, and it's Oscar rising high in the air. Right, the barrier strands released this time. And Princess McKendon, she did rise in the air, and she's come down trotting. Thanks Shane's going to be the early mistake maker. It's Oscar. He's made a great beginning from his wide draw after rearing just as the tapes were released, and he'll be the clear leader onto the stables corner. Over on the inside, a Cougar's Son. To its outside, Princess McKendon. Then Ventimiglia. The stablemates the next pair. Gintari's on the outside of Tourbillon. Then came Moment of Truth. It's Oscar. Macquarie with Jake. I Got Rhythm. 3 or 4 Star Filly, and Thanks Shane the last, trotting up into the back. It's Oscar and the Iceman Tony Hurley. Lead away by 3. A Cougar's Son second. Up on the outside, Princess McKendon third and parked around Ventimiglia. 1-1 Gintara's with Tourbillon to its inside, a length and a half Moment of Truth. Its stablemate Yuldy Boys against the marker line. Then came Macquarie with Jake. I Got Rhythm, Star Filly, and 4 lengths off to Thanks Shane. 49 and 4 the lead time. They trot across the showgrounds turn and 1,400 to go. It's Oscar nice and fluently in front by 2. A Cougar's Son with a nice run in the trail for David Butcher. Princess McKendon doing it hard, third and parked. Ventimiglia 3 back on the pegs. To its outside, Gintara's Macquarie with Jake and I Got Rhythm. They start 3 wide claims around Moment of Truth and Yuldy Boys. Thanks Shane. Star Filly the last, 32 and 6 the opening quarter. As they work down to the judge, and it's Oscar in front. Macquarie with Jake and I Got Rhythm, stride up with purpose on the outside, and the Cougar's Sons enjoyed the perfect run in the trail. Princess McKendon now finds cover. Ventimiglia the inside, then Gintara's and Tourbillon. And the last quartet consists of A Moment of Truth on the outside of Yuldy Boys, Star Filly the outside of Thanks Shane. 800 left to go. Second quarter and 31.9. Trotting into the back, it's Oscar. Leads by a length. I Got Rhythm sits to its outside for the Magic Man. Morris McKendry, a Cougar's Son in the trail. In the 1-1 Macquarie with Jake for Zach Butcher. Then came Ventimiglia. There's Moment of Truth getting around Princess McKendon as they trot to the end of the back straight. Then came Tourbillon. Gintara's comes up out 3 wide. Yuldy Boys, Star Filly's galloped. Thanks Shane the last. 400 left to go. It's Oscar. I Got Rhythm. Back straight quarter, 29.4. Out wide, A Moment of Truth, the Cougar's Son waiting the passing lane. Macquarie with Jake and Gintara's, and then Ventimiglia homeward bound. It's Oscar, a length and a half. I Got Rhythm, a Cougar's Son. A Moment of Truth down the outside. Macquarie with Jake, and further back in the field, Gintara's. It's Oscar going. Great guns, 100 to go. He leads by 2, a Cougar's Son and Moment of Truth. It's Oscar unbeaten under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park, and a real polished display tonight. Second over, a Cougar's Son, then Moment of Truth. Photos fourth, Macquarie with Jake and Gintara's. They were followed then by Yuldy Boys. Further back in the field, Tourbillon, Princess McKendon, Ventimiglia. I Got Rhythm weekend out of it. Further back was Star Filly and Thanks Shane, 252.5. Home in 29.1, and the final half in 58.5. It's Oscar the Sundon gelding, Tony Hurley the trainer driver, unbeaten here in the North Island and here at Alexandra Park. Big bold display tonight. Tony Hurley the trainer and driver gets the job done, and done in great fashion too with It's Oscar. A Cougar's Son chased hard, David Butcher. Moment of Truth, Simon Lawson there in for a third.
Official placings, race 4, the Majestic Horse Floats handicap trot. 6, 1, 10, 9, 4, 12. 6, 1, 10, 9, 4, 12. Horse 6, It's Oscar, trotted the 2,200 metres from a stand in 252.54. Mile rate of 26.2. Last 858.5. The 429.1. The margins 2 1/4 lengths. A neck 2 3/4 lengths. 6 1 10 9 4 12. Race 4. Majestic Horse Floats Handicap Trot.
Judge Graham McLennan calls home It's Oscar, the winner of the 4th on the program. Raced by DJ Simpson, Ms. K.E. Smale and W.D. O'Connell. Sundon 6-year-old bay gelding out of Pleasant Whiz. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. Tony goes back to back. He gets his second victory on the program tonight after taking the previous aboard Vinland. The Woodland Stud and Mitavite sponsored driver. The Mitavite Black Bike back into the winner's circle here. Dave Ruff down there, part of the victory celebrations for Majestic Horse Floats. Roger Barnes, race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club in attendance. Sundon 6-year-old bay gelding out of Pleasant Whiz, bred by Mrs. C.P. Negus along with Mrs. N. O'Connell. 4th victory at start 13 tonight for It's Oscar and remains unbeaten under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. Wanakuga's Son, Monarchy 6-year-old bay gelding out of Yummy Lace, raced by Mrs. K.M. Blanchard and Ms. C.L. Bull. Peter and Vaughan Blanchard trained at Pookie. David Butcher. 10 Moment of Truth for 3rd. Sundon, now's the moment, 13-year-old bay gelding, raced by Miss L.S. Milner. Lisa Milner trained at Cumu. And Simon Lawson. 6, It's Oscar, $2.40, $1.60, $2.41.60. Wanakuga's Son, $2.70, $2.70. 10 Moment of Truth at $2.90, $2.90. Quinella, $9 even, $9. Trifecta, $109.60, $109.60. And the first 4, $440.30, $440.30. 3 and 6 in the double. The Iceman Tony Hurley double at $9, $9. 3 and 1 concession, $9.30, $9.30. 2, 3, 6 in the first treble on the program tonight returns $33.80, $33.80. And the early quaddie 8, 2, 3, 6, $60.40, $60.40.